Hey everyone, here we are for Worthiness Matters Day number 19 of our 30-day joy-based spirituality workout series. Joy-based spirituality workout series, what is that? Hi, my name's Debbie Happy Cohen. I'm the founder of Joy-Based Living, and a joy-based spirituality workout series is one that gets us to turn toward our own sense of spirituality. I want to talk today about resistance and desire. Everything that we do at Joy-Based Living, all of our processes, all of our contemplations, meditations, conversations, they all give us an opportunity to turn toward a particular topic, very important topics, on an embodied level in a way that helps us release resistance. It's said in many spiritual traditions that resistance is the main cause of all the different chronic issues people have in their lives, is simply resistance. Resisting our thoughts, resisting other people, resisting our emotions. Um, think about the different areas in your life that are going smoothly. Those are areas where you have the least amount of resistance. And so we practice facing, like, for right now, for example, I have like some tension in my shoulder right there. And so I can turn toward it or I can turn away from it. If I turn away from it, if I try to, well, if I try to turn away from it in a way that's just distracting, that can help. Like, it actually will like help release resistance. But if it's chronic, this one's been with me for a few hours. So I need to turn toward it with some love, to turn toward it with no agenda, to turn toward it and say to the actual sensation itself, tell me more. To say to the sensation itself, tell me more, implies that I am bigger than it, and it gives it space to be able to receive love from me because I'm not trying to change it or fix it. And what often happens most of the time, the majority of the time, and I'm talking in the 90 percentile wise, something inside releases within a few moments, within a few minutes. And so that's on a physical level. So if you think about the trifecta, which one day I will print out an actual ship, this is the trifecta of spiritual connection, healing, trauma, and peak performance. If you look at spiritual connection and ask yourself, where do I have any resistance? Let me just be with it. Where do I have a flow within the topic of spiritual connection? Let me just be with it. What about healing trauma, which is disconnection from self? So you heal that with self-connection. Where do I feel resistance? Where do I feel flow? And the same thing with peak performance. You can pick anything in the realm of peak performance. Like, you can pick a specific topic, like doing really well at a particular task or at work or with money or with your body or whatever. And say, where am I resisting and where am I flowing? And let yourself just be present the way you would with a really good friend. That's the practice of spirituality. It's the practice of right. We're in the conversation about worthiness matters. Do you think that if you hold on tightly to constriction inside of your being, if that's going to be an act of worthiness, or is an act of worthiness releasing the constriction and saying, I'm bigger than this and I want to feel better? Resistance is what makes us feel bad. If we didn't have resistance, we wouldn't feel so bad. You might also have resistance toward any or all feelings. Most people have resistance toward some of the feelings and have a feeling of flow toward other feelings. Sometimes you have a particular feeling regarding a particular topic. Like, maybe you can feel joyful about, I don't know, your work life, but you don't really associate joy with your love life. And so you can think about the different areas of your life where you feel resistance, where you feel flow. Now, for those of you who are perfectionistic and who are my little curators who think very detailedly, please don't make yourselves crazy with this. Just live your life and notice when you're feeling good. And when you are, just be like, oh, that feels good right now. And when you're feeling some sense of constriction, be like, oh, what's going on here? Notice the embodiment, turn toward it with love, with no agenda, just noticing. Children notice with no agenda. Children are just like, ooh, ah, doggy poop, you know, like, so that we when we learn to notice without any agenda, we experience more self-love, and then we can offer that. And this whole topic of releasing resistance, it really it can show up if you want to do an exercise, if you want to bring stuff up around it so that you can release, bring up desires, bring up anything that you really do want on any level. And you'll notice that at certain levels you feel flow and you feel acceptance, and then at certain levels you feel resistance. And it's the releasing of the resistance that allows the joy to flow. And when the joy flows, you tend to take smarter actions and you tend to have more fun along the journey. Well, this whole topic reminded me of our my Reverend Sassy Shorts logo, which is a flying turtle. And I didn't realize it until just before doing this talk, this conversation, that if you think about it, a sparkling flying turtle is a really, really, really great symbol for the release of resistance and just being in flight. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous that it's awesome. And so, thanks to one of my wonderful friends who colored it in for me, and made it really bright and shiny and awesome and gave it lips so it could be more feminine. Because my version of it was like a black and white sketch that wasn't this pretty. And she was sick one day and was home, and it was right after I created the sketch and she colored it in. So, wow, there we have it. Releasing resistance, embracing acceptance. And by the way, acceptance is in the middle of the emotional scale. Acceptance is like right here. Acceptance, willingness, and courage. And it's the gateway to the higher feelings. And the momentum for, remember this always, the momentum for worthiness is simply the momentum of moving that way. And you can move up the scale in all kinds of different ways. You can slither like a snake or a snail. You can climb. You can take a hot air balloon ride. You can just rise up slowly or quickly, just depending on where you're at and how big your desire is to embrace more of the joy of life in this very moment. So that's the joy workout for today. Thank you for inspiring me to make the very first Reverend Sassy Shorts flag. Thank you, Flying Turtle. See you all tomorrow. Bye for now.